Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon.
Yo, VI, play the beat.
Hello, Aquarius moon. I have been in my North Node energies for the last few days now, so I am loving this Taurus sun and Aquarius moon. The storms, the rain is actually so soothing and like cleansing and clearing. I understand that I am sick and cleansing and clearing my own self. However, it's still beautiful. I don't care that it's cold and damp. I mean, a little bit, but you know, it's all for good reason. It's all for good purpose. These early spring storms, they shake loose a lot of those little seedlings from the trees, and sometimes you even get saplings that, like, nature does its own cuttings of the trees during these wild early spring storms, and some of them will ground, some of them will root, some of them will graft. Still got a hair there. We are not ignoring divine structure, but we are approaching it with a lighter attitude, with a lighter sense of self. We're bringing that childlike attachments and like wonder into it. Like, you know what? I just want to play. Whatever this is, it's all new stuff. We're just gonna play with it. Even the stuff that is dark and stormy seems like it really does some good things. Even the shit that we're taking from people, like, rather than eating it, I think I'm gonna put that in compost. And just take that and move it over to the compost. Like, even the apple pushed off to the side is giving me that, like, thanks for that. I'll take the seeds out of it and I'll put the rest in the compost. If I don't have the teeth to eat it as an infant, there's still going to be use out of that. There's still going to be something growing out of that, and it will grow with me into that mature adult. Because we get to be all three at any age, point, place that we are in our lives. You get to be the child, you get to be the adult, and you get to be the elder. All in mini micro cycles that we run through in any given moment. And we can bring that awareness anywhere. Night has fallen on the battlefield, and still we stand guard. That Seven of Wands has not left us. It feels like we have gained good ground to rest on, at the very least, with all of those wands at the feet. We're above it. We're not out of it, but we're observing it from a different vantage point, from a different perspective. All of the chaos and fire being whipped around, everything from Aries season coming back into alignment and doing its thing. All of that energy, it's still happening, but we're observing it from a different place. We're seeing it happen from that vantage point of kind of being up in the clouds over it and passing our judgments over it. And those are the roles. The roles of the child. I just want to play. I want to make new things out of all this stuff. Well, in order to do that, the adult needs to come in and find good ground to stand on, because you're not going to avoid the chaos. The Fool's in Hand. You're not going to avoid the chaos that's happening. It's real. We're really here. But changing our point in perspective gives us that more elderly Hierophant energy. And thus we have cycled through all of it. Moved on and made something out of it. What can we take from those spring storms? We can take the seeds. We can take the saplings. We can graft and we can plant. And we can throw the rest that we don't need into the compost. And it will serve. It will fertilize those new plants and help them to grow stronger. There we go. Something was about to come stuttering out of there. Ouch. Kind of pricked my finger a little bit. There's a high priestess hanging out underneath that Three of Swords on the deck energies. Like, I want to poke at it, like, ow, it's pointy like a cactus. Like, this Three of Swords feels like a cactus that I can't help but touch. I want to know how pointy it is. That's a terrible curiosity to have. Maybe we should practice our wisdom. How many cactuses like this have you touched before, Veronica? Quite a few. What did it feel like? Not great. You really want to touch that cactus again? Oh. All right. Back to work. Get back to work. That is too funny, because for you, the Eight of Pentacles is in your view. For me, it's the Eight of Cups. Oh, it's just the two cards. I was like, it felt like a little bit more. There felt like there was a lot of weight to this, and that's probably just the infinite eight. Tirelessly working and crafting on something that we might end up walking away from. That's the ouch. Tirelessly working and putting our efforts into something that we're ultimately going to walk away from. And we know that we're going to walk away from it because we know that the sun also rises. Yeah. I don't know, I was kind of reflecting on that too, just like Virgo energy in general. Like, yeah, we can work with anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we should. I can make anything out of anything, but does that mean I should? Is it even necessary? Does that even work? Oh, well, maybe not. Well, maybe not. All I saw was the Four of Wands, but I picked up and I saw the King of Cups. So I was like, all right, we're gonna open up the gates. We're gonna open up the doors right away. When you walk away from that thing that you tirelessly put effort into, that you gained your vantage point over, your perspective over, you've decided to rule and govern yourself over. And that's what made you realize, like, oh, what I was working on really wasn't it? Guess time to go find that sun. Four of Wands, the Queen and the King of Cups are together. Beyond that Four of Wands, beyond that stage, there is a divine match, a divine pairing. Remember we were building the stage? the Four of Wands in the other deck. And that King of Cups, who we acknowledged was over there doing stuff, now has the counterpart. The masculine and feminine have come together under the Four of Wands. How beautiful. How light. What a joyous union of the two. And what comes from those cups is the Ace of Pentacles. Rebuilding, restructuring, refounding, refunding. Refounding and refunding. Like, it's the key that unlocks the door to the house, to the... Moving on up is coming into my head now. What is that? Is it the Jeffersons? We're moving on up to the east side, to the deluxe apartment in the sky. Okay, that is the vibe and the energy. Like, we're getting the keys to the penthouse suite. It just washed ashore. And I told you a cup was gonna get hooked, and here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes the flood, the energy, the keys, the seed that we actually needed to start something new, to plant something new, has been washed up to us because of those storms that have pushed the waves and the waters and raised them up high enough to get them to reach into our hands so we could reach out and grab it. Take those keys. Come into our foundation. Come into our place, our space. There's a whole lot of love in there. There's a lot of love in that house. Knight of Swords came out reversed on top of the house. And it does feel like attacky. It does feel like an attack. But again, it falls. It fails. I hold the Ace of Cups, and this Knight of Swords, though it tries, it falls and it fails. I gotta figure out if that's a cat or a child. One moment. That was a child. Okay. Still working out the sickness, and I've got this, like, whole side all blocked up. Can't hear out of the one ear. Anyways, but I know they're noisy, so we found a quiet space. But yeah, okay, so Knight of Swords, like, not even that important. Moving on. It's just like, chink. That sword, like, hit the door that was already closed. It just kind of, like, fell off. I think it's fallen off. I'm not taking all of that. I'm not taking all of that. Better. It's better. That Knight of Cups. Okay. There are kids playing with cats. We're good. We're fine. We're good. We're wonderful. So the Knight of Cups also came out kind of reversed. Just flitted out of there onto over top of the Hierophant. I mean, like, the Knight of Cups is still giving me that emotional offer kind of thing, but I think it needs to be rained out. Like, the clouds are all touching. Okay, yeah. We just hit a infinity mirror with the Temperance and the Hangman on the top too. Got the gallows there. There he be. So, yeah, the way that this came down, all the clouds, can I do this? Hold this like that for you while it makes sense. All the clouds are touching. And I feel like this love offer or emotional declaration, proclamation needs to be rained out yet. Or that's what is in the rain. It's in the air. I don't know if it's directly said or spoken, but I think coming in at the end of the story, like, I feel like, you know, it's spring. There's still more rain to come. But I think that rain is going to pour with more love and care and nurture than, say, the heavy storms that are overcasting the situation that needed that perspective change by working it through our cycle of aging. Is there a better way to say that? I don't think so. That's all I got right now for you. All the variations and like the changes of the weather, it really is a shift into a completely new world and a completely new cycle. All of that perspective and balance. Yeah, what falls close to us is the Six of Swords. It's just time to move. I thought we had a lot more going, but maybe we don't. Really, we just need to know that we can go. We just need the mouth of the cave to open up so that we can meet the open sea. So, let's get going. We'll take our swords, we'll take our cup, we'll take our hope and our dreams, and we'll put them in a boat. Hey, at least we got a boat this time. Set sail through the storms and allow things to get shaken loose. Don't lose your head in the process. Maintain your perspective and put yourself a little bit above it. Not to be above it, but to see more clearly what needs to be done and how things need to be handled. And you'll make the right decisions. You'll follow through the weathers. So long as you know your recipe, so long as you know yourself, what you want, what you're building, and what this means to you. Everything is provided here. These are your opportunities. Sorry, there's a Queen of Swords on the top and like the bright sunlight over that Judgment. It's cracking. Oasis. Enjoy your oasis. That's what we're making here. It's going to be a lush and beautiful space. It's going to be a healthy garden and estate. So may it be blessed. Best of luck on your journeys. We'll see you next time. Hey, it's the quarter moon. I really want to leave it on Oasis. But the Queen of the Moon Oracle is just staring at me like, you know there's something in here. You know you want to find out what's in there. There's one more message. There's one more thing. lest we forget our quarter stop, our quarter paces. It's rounding the corner. Thunder moon change. Card number 35. It's the thunder moon with change. Bringing it back to the very beginning. Those righteous spring storms that will bring chaos, confusion, and total destruction if we don't keep our heads. But we know that all of it serves change. All of it serves purpose. Those big storms, they shake the stuff loose and give us something new to work with. They clear the path. They give us compost, fertilizer to spread across the land, to nourish it, to help it, to grow. And to grow, we need to change. And we need to embrace that change and its mighty power. So give yourself the vantage point of feeling in control during this thunderous moon that we have coming through. Because it's going to reshape everything. Thank you, kids. Have a fantastic moon. We'll see you next time.